Hey, Big Brother fans. With BB27 just around the corner, I figured it was time we revisit some of the best seasons that I think ever existed in Big Brother, or maybe just some seasons that you need to watch before you get started. The reason that I thought to do this is because of Julie Chen, actually. If you didn't know, Julie Chen has been posting these little cryptic messages on her Instagram page. And I actually don't know that they're necessarily cryptic, but she's been posting messages on her Instagram page. Now, what these messages include, it's like a little blue background with a white sticky note thing on it, and it says fill in the blank. So the first one says fill in the blank. My favorite showmance was, which, if you want to know my favorite showmance, probably Rachel and Brendan, just for the tea, just for the fun, just for the shits and giggles. Rachel and Brendan's probably my favorite. The next one she posted is fill in the blank. If I could play one Big Brother comp, it would be, for me, hands down, hide and go veto. Hide and go veto, but only on old school rules. Like, I'm only playing hide and go veto if James is in the Big Brother house, you know? Like, they brought back hide and go veto for BB26, and it just wasn't the same. You could tell that they had way too many rules for that cast, which, I mean, I get it. It takes them a long time to clean up afterwards, but it's fun. Do it for the bit. And the last one and the most recent one, and what prompted me to even think to do this video this week, fill in the blank. My all-time favorite season of Big Brother is, whew, and it got me thinking. I don't know that I have an all-time favorite. I don't. If you want to know what I commented, I actually did comment and I said, I'm definitely torn between 6, 10, and 14, but for old school. For new era, either 23 or 26. So let's deep dive into some of the seasons that I feel you absolutely are doing yourself a disservice if you are new to Big Brother and you haven't, if you're going back and rewatching some stuff and you haven't watched these seasons. And we're going to do it in order. So sit back, relax. It's time we revisit some of the most iconic cornerstone seasons in Big Brother history. From a Big Brother, I would consider expert, aficionado. I don't know what I am, but I've watched every single season since the year of our Lord, the year 2000, aka Y2K. These seasons are must watches, right? So if you're wanting to come back and rewatch a few seasons, like you're a season viewer and you want to come back and rewatch some, these would be the ones I would recommend you rewatch just for fun. Some of these seasons I put on episodes from just to make me feel better. The first season that I would recommend anyone go rewatch is Big Brother season 6. The reason that I say season 6 is because it was the summer of secrets. So season 6 introduced the Summer of Secrets twist, where each house guest entered with a secret partner. This led to the formation of two really dominant alliances, the Friendship Alliance and the Sovereign Six Alliance. The season was marked by intense rivalries, strategic gameplay, and very memorable house guests, such as Janelle and Kaser. The clash that happened between these two alliances was all season long, and it kept us viewers on the edge of our seats, making it what I would consider one of the most, if not the most, dramatic seasons in Big Brother history. You might be thinking, well, why start with season 6? There was 5 other seasons before that, because I would consider season 6 when things really start to look like what they look like in modern day Big Brother, but with more old school fun and drama. Okay. Now, the next season that you need to watch. Season 7, All Stars Ensemble. So the reason I say watch season 6 and 7 is because season 7 has a lot of tea that I think you needed to be there for season 6 for. I don't know that you need to be there for the tea of the prior seasons. Also, season 6 is just a lot of fun. Now, why watch season 7? Because at that point, you're going to know every single important what I mean not every important player, but you're going to know a lot of the important players because season 7 was not only an all-star season, but it was an America's Choice all-star season. So half or maybe a little over half of the cast was picked by America's vote to come back. Season 7 was also the very first All Star season. We saw the return of legendary players like Dr. Will, Janelle, Mike Boogie, and the reuniting of old alliances, but also old rivalries. The strategic depth of this season was top tier, and the gameplay was absolutely elevated. This is the first season that you see the veto being picked the way it is picked now, with the tokens being drawn from a bag. Now, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't watched any season. So if you notice, I'm not telling you who won or anything like that. But just know that this season is epic in the Big Brother lore of it all because of the winner and how controversial this winner has later became. Oh, also, Miss Danielle Reyes is on that season. I can't believe I forgot to say that. Miss Danielle Reyes is on that season. And if you recently watched The Traitors, please know that poor Danielle, this is not the season that you need to watch if you are wanting to know why we love Danielle so much and why some of you guys who are new to knowing Danielle don't understand her. This is not the season that's going to show you that. Just not going to happen. I would recommend you watch her first season if you want to, but let's stick to the ones that I think are core that maybe you'll have time to watch within the next, let's see how many days we have left. 40 days! We have 40 days that you need to watch within the next 40 days. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we only have 40 days until the Big Brother premiere. The next season that I think you need to watch is season 10. Back to the basics, okay? Season 10 took everything back to Big Brother's core basics. It is a very basic season, a very basic approach. It's low in the twist realm. So if you're not wanting to see a whole lot of twists, this is a pretty good season to watch because it shows that you don't have to have all these crazy twists to be entertaining as long as the casting is good. And this season, I think the casting was pretty good. It also features the renowned Dan Giesling, who I think all of us in the BB world worship in one way or another for one reason or another. You may have seen him on The Traitors. Again, don't judge him by his Traitors gameplay. Season 10 shows how epic Dan Giesling can be. The pure format of this season is actually why, if you ask me what season should you start with watching, I always say season 10. Season 10 or season 6, but usually season 10 if you're completely raw and know nothing about Big Brother. This season will teach you how to play a real season of Big Brother without any twists. Next up on our list is season 14, which is the coaches season. So, this is one of my favorite twists that Big Brother has ever incorporated, and I think it's a very core twist in the Big Brother lore. Season 14 introduced a unique twist where four BB veterans, were introduced back to the house as coaches. So they broke up the house into 4 teams, and they have done teams twists since then, but never with like bringing back 4 veteran players. The house is now divided into 4 categories, I guess you could say, with 4 different coaches. But midway through, and these coaches didn't know that they would be playing the actual game. They just thought they would be getting a reward if their team or someone for their team won. They had no idea that they would also be playing Big Brother. But that's what happened because midway through the season, Big Brother gave the coaches the opportunity to enter the game, and it only took one coach to say yes, and someone said yes. The coaches were no longer coaches and they are now players. This is the season where you're going to see the epic Dan's funeral that everyone talks about, which was a wonderful strategic move on Dan's part. I think that BB14 blended old strategies with new twists. So it's definitely a must watch. Last on my list for what I would consider old era Big Brother is BB16. The only reason I'm listing BB16 is because it is core in the BB lore. Some people love it. I think everyone likes it. It was a very entertaining season, but there is controversy around this season and how in the seasons afterwards it ruined the game of Big Brother for several seasons because everyone tried to play like a certain player. Now, it doesn't mean it's a bad season because if you're new to Big Brother and you watch it, you're probably going to love that season. And that is why I put it on here. After BB16, I would consider anything else between 17 and 21 to be crap. I'm sorry, but it is. BB19 was pretty good. 17 was pretty good. But everything else I would consider absolute trash. Absolute trash. It was like grinding teeth to get through it. Once you get to 22, I would now consider that new era Big Brother. 22 is an all-star season. Don't recommend you watch it. I'll just spoil that right now. Don't recommend you watch it if you're new to Big Brother. All right, back to BB16. So, BB16, I would consider that the rise of the hitmen. So, 16 featured the formation of an alliance called the Hitmen Alliance between Derek LeVisser, Cody Calafiore. Derek was an undercover cop, and those skills, this was the first time that those skills truly translated into Big Brother gameplay, and it was great. He did a great job. He did a wonderful job. I don't want to spoil anything, but just know some records were broken that season. So this season also included the battle back twist. So if you want to know, if you want to experience a season with that, I think that this is a pretty good season for it. That adds a complexity to the game and also featured a rewind week. I can't remember exactly what they called it, but essentially a rewind week where like nothing, like somebody's HOH no longer matters because actually guess what? There's no eviction tonight. Yeah. And we're just going to rewind everything, which is an insane twist in the BB lore. So, despite the criticism that this season gets, it is still a good season. And I do still recommend it for anyone that's new to Big Brother. Despite the criticism, this season does showcase effective alliance management. So, moving on. The last two seasons that I would recommend you watch are both new era Big Brother seasons. The first of which is BB23, the cookout season. This was a historic season, and everyone needs to watch it to understand why fans of Big Brother were outraged for so many years. This season touches on some really important topics. This season features some really good players and some really entertaining players. The live feeds this season, which you can't watch anymore, but the live feeds this season were so good. This is like the first time that I think we really saw people getting together because TikTok had just started. I mean, it was so fresh. And we saw the players on this season doing like TikTok dances essentially in the house. And that was the first time we really saw that. Of course, they can't do TikTok dances because they can't have social media. They can't have their phones, but they were doing what I would consider that looked like TikTok dances. BB23 is notable for the formation of the Cookout Alliance, an alliance of 6 all Black house guests aiming to ensure the show's first Black winner happened. Their strategic unity was so important. And I don't like to spoil things, but I will spoil this for you. So if you don't, skip forward about 30 seconds if you don't want to be spoiled. This season did what Chilltown tried to do, but they did it successfully. Chilltown is the alliance of Dr. Will and Jay Boogie. You'll see that if you watched season 7. You'll see that. But this is what Chilltown aimed to do, but ultimately was not successful. And this alliance format is where you have a core 6, which will automatically get you to jury together. If you have a core 6, you're all going to jury. And that means that you can ensure that somebody from your alliance, if they make it to final 2, somebody from your alliance is winning, right? Is winning, because if you make it to final 6 and you're a 6-person alliance, you're winning. Your alliance is winning. The idea of bringing in somebody from outside of the alliance that they like to call friendlies. So let's say I'm in the 6-person alliance and I make a friend outside the alliance, and then you're in the 6-person alliance and so do you, but you make a different friend. So everybody has a different friend. There's more than 12 people in the house usually, but let's say there's 12. That means you have 6 people and everybody has a friend, right? And so if one of your friends wins HOH, you're good. Your whole alliance is good because you be in that person's ear, making sure that what you want happens. And if it doesn't matter. And the important thing is to make sure that someone on the block is not a part of your alliance, right? You got to have one person from your alliance and one person not, so that the 6 of you can vote together and vote for the person that's not in your alliance. It addresses the issue that Big Brother had for many years, where representation representation just hadn't been there for many groups, but the diversity factor had been an issue. I think 2 things came to play, right? Big Brother finally was listening. This was after the big 2020 Black Lives Matter, when Black Lives Matter really became a huge movement in 2020. So I think Big Brother production was like, we got to make sure we have representation. And I think that we had 6 people look around the house and go, we have enough people if we just stick together. And Tiffany, I believe, is the ringleader of that. Just to spoil that for you, but Tiffany is the ringleader. I know there's some debate on who started the cookout. I believe it's Tiffany, just for the record. Moving on. The last season that I recommend you watch is season 26, a modern day masterclass of a season. Season 26, by probably week 3, became in my top 5 of favorite seasons. It really did. The only week that really was really terrible was BB Janky, and I hope they never bring that back again. In fact, if you go rewatch this, I just recommend you skip past the entire Janky week. Anyways, so season 26 showcased players like Chelsea Bayham, which I'm sure you've seen on social media, the controversial players that are known as Angela and Tucker. Tucker was controversial because he came in to shake things up. Angela was controversial because of her antics on week 1, but please don't go watch this season and believe the edit, because the edit that Angela was given was so crappy to her. So crappy to her. If you know, you know. If you are a person that has watched this season and you're watching this video, BB26, the edit that they gave Angela was unfair if you were a live feeder. BB26 was filled with dynamic twists and shifts, which is something that we don't normally see in the new era of Big Brother. I truly hope that this continues for BB27, because if it doesn't, I think a lot of us are going to be really sad. we had seen for many seasons prior to BB26 one alliance busting through because they were able to be comp beasts. But on season 26, they finally gave us equitable competitions, which is something that Big Brother aficionados had been asking for a long time. Equitable competitions so that this doesn't happen. And that's exactly what happened. We had somebody like Angela Murray, who I believe was 50 years old when she entered the Big Brother house, win the very first HOH. What? What? It was because the competition was equitable, and then we continued seeing equitable competitions throughout the season. Now, that is BB26. And also, another reason I think you should watch BB26 is because it was just the most recent season. So you're going to probably see some people talk about it. If you decide to watch the live feeds, you're going to see the players talk about it. So I think you should watch that. These Big Brother seasons that I have mentioned for you, they're just entertaining. They're top tier entertainment, and they're top tier in the Big Brother core lore of it all that I think if you haven't watched a season of Big Brother, you need to watch one of those. In these seasons, you will find lessons on how to have a great strategy and how to have a terrible strategy. You'll learn lessons on social dynamics, and most importantly, adaptability. That is so, so, so important in Big Brother. Watching these seasons, I think, will not only prepare you for Big Brother 27, it's going to deepen your appreciation for Big Brother. If you haven't seen any of those seasons, I've said it a million times, go watch those seasons before Big Brother 27 starts. All right, guys, so grab your snacks, start binge watching, and comment below which of those seasons, if you've already watched it, go ahead and comment now which of those seasons was your favorite. And if not, save this video so you can come back and tell me which of those seasons was your favorite. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye, BB Besties.